usually, unless they have like weak disables and so it's like kind of situational is the way that I look at it.
Yeah. I kind of like that. I think the idea of some of the safe lane Omni Knight that we've seen where he goes the Radiance, I can see that being applicable just depending on what the meta is. Just depending on basically if that same Omni Knight, Abaddon safe lane carry that we saw from K1 Hector, if that's viable in the meta, then why not this new Omni Knight with his Shard?
Didn't work out obviously for OG last time around, but there were also other issues during that game. We do have a draft in front of us. They are tagged up as Mud Golems, but as you know, it is now Tundra Esports. Hopefully, we'll be able to change the team names from both High Coast and Tundra Esports in the match tickers soon, so that the orgs get the proper exposure they deserve for picking up these squads.
What's Kyle?
Nothing.
Okay.
Well, it's maybe.
Maybe what?
I think Thursday's a work day, so.
Oh, Thursday. Get it. Okay.
The Nyx first pick from Mud Golems, versatile as well. The Earth Spirit from OG. I actually just think Earth Spirit matches up way better against Nyx than people gave credit for at first. You have multiple disables. It's easy to catch him out of invis before the Carapace. And I'm just saying, it could be a Thompson or a sub Earth Spirit.
I think that's an advantage that Mud Golems also has. So I'm a little bit surprised that they didn't opt for Earth Spirit as the go-to hero. The advantage, OG has a slightly better advantage though, because they can also do tops and Morphling, and he can turn into the Earth Spirit, which we've seen that be quite the terror. Meanwhile, Mud Golems, I haven't seen them do that. All I've seen is mine is obviously Earth Spirit.
Yeah, it's because they banned out, OG banned out Bat. So the Nyx, in my view, loses value. Darkseer into Nyx, though. That is a little odd. It is very difficult to play against Nyx. You can get Carapaced by just shielding anybody, and the mana burn starts to hit real hard later in the game.
I feel like it's a decent matchup against like Grimstroke 5 though, and maybe that's why OG's comfortable picking this right now. It's just because against certain carries it can be iffy, but it's not that difficult to dodge Grimstroke, Stroke of Fate, so I feel like Darkseer himself won't be quite as pressured as normal. And obviously it's a strong dual lane, so.
Any chance 9 is practiced? The top?
I think we have seen him play it before, if I'm not mistaken. At least I feel like I've seen him play pub with it, so yeah, I think it leaves both drafts pretty flexible right now.
Pugna looks real nice for Mud Golems as well later on. We saw that at TI from OG's side, but I'm a huge fan of the
5 seconds remaining.
The Rend plus the Decrep on 2.
So a lot of flexibilities with both of these openings, meaning we should hopefully be able to read something in the bans coming out, because both of these teams, I mean, they just should fully focus on themselves, right? That's all you can do when you have these openings, really.
Yeah, OG's is a bit confusing to me though, because in my head, this is most likely your 3 and your 4, your off lane, but
yeah,
I don't typically see OG do that.
Yeah.
And assuming Earth Spirit can core, that could even be a Darkseer for Soxa, so you could be picking an offlaner for all we know. I think that's very unlikely, but like that's what makes drafting against OG so tough.
What do you think about OG? Because I think it's a really good Rubik game. Them drafting up Rubik, which then gives you the flexibility. One of them is 2 and one of them is 4, and you actually don't know which until. I always like Rubik against Nyx, and Grimstroke is like an incredibly good steal most of the time.
That's true. I wouldn't mind it for sure.
Something we should also keep our eyes out for is obviously the Nature's Prophet, still in the pool, and a hero that we've seen also be very flexible and very successful as well.
Yeah, Mud Golems drafted a lot of them.
Not in the series that they played so far, but OG played it once, and we saw Alliance be super successful in it in the one game that they did win.
I'm a huge fan of Earth Spirit and Furion as well, just because it's that concept of high reach and a global hero. So, you have some lane, Earth Spirit rolls in, a TP comes in, Furion ult, and somebody's just rocked. There's no time to counteract. I'm surprised they banned Ursa. I thought OG might even pick it, but they opt for the Jug instead. Really good synergy with the Darkseer. It's kind of self-explanatory, and Nyx, Grimstroke really don't do much against him.
It's really good against Grimstroke Nyx. I mean, it's kind of nice for them that they could just show Darkseer like this, and then their opponents feel like, all right, ban out all the good Iron Shell heroes that are cores, you know. But I feel like there's still so many good heroes left. Like, there's a ton of melee heroes that are decent. So, and they still got one that works well. So it feels like just a nice advantage there.
Mm-hmm. For the first time, we see Tundra go into their bonus time now as well.
So what are some cores that do well against Juggernaut that have some sort of piercing disable? There's Puck still out there, Bloodseeker's out there. I don't think you're doing
PA core.
Portos.
Yeah.
PA, okay.
What's funny is like a lot of them got banned out by Mud Golems, and OG banned Ursa for that same reason. You could go for something like a Weaver, but I just don't know. Then your draft's just so squishy.
Yeah, I never feel
Fights
good
limited.
about Weaver, right? It's not a convincing hero to me.
I don't like it against Earth Spirit either. It's just a little dangerous.
Bloodseeker it is.
Yeah, it's really good against the Darkseer.
And you've got a nice combo with Grimstroke that we've seen a couple of times now.
Yep.
So
And again, it is once more flexible. Ooh, hero that we've seen be very successful in some other regions. Witch Doctor coming out.
It's one of the strongest laning fives. Great damage, great attack animation, easy setup stun for the Jug. Rubik Cap's point still is nice, but I think that they just want to make sure that their Jug has a free laning phase, especially if it's a Bloodseeker offlane, which is likely. You kind of need a strong 5, because if you can't kill him, you're going to have issues.
yeah, I don't know how you pressure Juggernaut Witch Doctor lane. Like between the combination of him going Magic Immune and having Voodoo Restoration, really great defense. On top of that, Maledict plus Spin is a kill on a lot of heroes. So dangerous lane.
Mm-hmm.
I've been kind of losing faith in Bloodseeker as a hero the last couple series. Like, if he feels like if he doesn't win his lane as an off lane or like stabilize really well, that you get put in a really dangerous spot. But maybe that's just because we've watched some one-sided matches the last couple sets that he's been played. But when Nigma plays him, for example, Mind Control almost consistently like gets more last hits and lanes better than the enemy carry does and makes it look really good. But if you don't have lane control and you're not in those thirst heals, the hero just falls off really quick, I feel.
I've also noticed some lineups just straight up like don't take enough initiation with Bloodseeker. I think it's super unreliable just to be like, okay, we're gonna rupture a guy and run at them. Like when they don't have one of those like Puck Bat Rider type mids that starts fighting for you, I'm kind of unhappy.
You guys were talking, that was what I wanted to see, the Death Prophet.
Well, to be fair, you've been calling Death Prophet for like 90.
Yeah,
I know.
you say it forever. At some
it's
point,
so
you've
good.
got to be correct.
So this was something we used to do back in Complexity, because we would always live Limp on an island for some reason, and he would get roamed on constantly, and he loved to play DP against Earth Spirit because you're so good at anti-ganking. Like, you can't really kill a Death Prophet with a rotation. And in addition, in this game, the silence is super effective, and you have natural escape for the Omni Slash. You give tower pressure, you can get buffed up by the Bloodseeker. Drain does work with Grimstroke Ultimate as well. The perfect pick. And sustain damage. Like, this hero just does everything.
I wouldn't perfect pick. They have no save mechanism for a Death Prop. I don't like that. Like, you got Yule's that Omni Slash for a certain amount of time, but you don't have something that fully stops the pressure on Death.
Yes.
I don't like that.
There's still chance. Still one pick to go. Brewmaster actually is the ban coming out from OG, and we got a sniper ban.
That was a very good ban.
The sniper?
Yeah, it is the counter to DP. You don't really have much reach for him. And if you look at the OG lineup, like, they're going to go fully in. It's very easy to play sniper, and the Thompson sniper is the real deal. Are they banning Invoker? Yep, of course you are. You got to do that as well.
Damn, I would have loved to watch the sniper get played. Said.
And OG have last pick, so it'll be whatever Thompson wants, unless it's an Earth Spirit mid, which is still possible, but I don't know.
Then it would also be what Thompson wants. It's basically coming down to Thompson. What do you want to play? Earth Spirit is in the rotation as well, so
oh,
take
you know
your
what's
pick.
really good here? Visage.
Why?
As soon as you hit 6, Death Prophet can't play the lane. It's very tanky. It's tough for Bloodseeker to deal with you because you can run away with Rupture and it doesn't take off Grave Close stacks, so then you can just stand still at a point. It's an int hero, but Nyx doesn't really do much to him. You don't care about getting leashed by Grimstroke. And there's a lot of synergy when you consider Jug has Healing Ward, Darkseer's going to get all the support items. This gives you tower damage, raw physical damage, and a frontliner all in one.
I'd be kind of down with it. I think the break mechanics is the only thing you're kind of scared of. I would actually like Mud Golems to put this Bloodseeker safe lane and give us some sort of save mechanism out of their offlaner. Whether it's the traditional ones, maybe they go, I don't know how OD is for this game, but
In the spirit.
ban Omni type heroes. They don't though. They're gonna stick with the Bloodseeker 3, which
I like it battling carry at least. I think carry Bloodseeker just feels too slow.
Ember's also, we saw this in the last game. Even KZ messaged me like, you picked Darkseer,
5 seconds.
Coddle. Like, just doesn't work.
This close.
Ember loves playing against Darkseer. He'll just farm under tower, go this like chains build, kill you. Visage no longer as good, but it's still pretty good. You definitely need some physical damage from the side of OG. You're not going to get a catch advantage. I could see them going for a Shadow Fiend as well. It's actually a pretty free SF game. You have excellent laning matchups.
What about like Void Spirit or something like that? That's still in the pool.
Against Grimstroke and the Silent, like there's too
I don't
much
like that,
disable.
bro. It's
Y-
yeah.
You need something more formidable, and I think you'd prefer a ranged damage dealer. You already have 3 melee.
But that's one more Iron Shell, Kyle. Why not just pick more melee heroes?
What is the potential for the Earth Spirit mid here? How are the Earth Spirit mid matchups?
It's less, I think you need a more value hero as
Okay.
well, because like I don't see what offlaner, or rather 4 position, feels good. Like that changes the game enough. You know, it's not like you can pick some ET last pick.
They picked Kling's last
Wow.
pick.
Mm.
That's been a while.
Okay.
All right, Purge, give us
That's
the
cool.
rundown. You like it? You don't like it?
I like it because it gives them something that can actually gank on the map outside of like Earth Spirit setups, basically. You know, it's a lot of physical damage. Death Prophet is a little bit weak to that, and he's fast, so as long as he doesn't get ruptured or like slight chains out of position. I think. So I think it's a good idea here. Yeah.
It's gonna beat the Ember Spirit in lane, right? It'd be pretty rough. Seeing these Clinks, I don't know how to feel about Clinks, but sometimes I feel like he's overwhelmingly powerful stats that he gets.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also have to keep in mind that the DP will be the offlaner and Bloodseeker will be the safe laner, so see how that goes. Kyle, what do you reckon?
I like it. It fills the same role. Like I'm thinking Visage Clinks kind of does the same role, but better. It's like more physical damage. You're invis, you can play better around your Earth Spirit, and you're a little faster. You know, Visage needs a lot of time, and you're more creep focused, but a Clinks with just, you know, Deso BKB at a point. Like you kill everything. I think the new Ags is something we'll see Thompson pick up, and yeah, I like it quite a bit.
Yeah, I like the Death Prophet offlane. These Death Prophets in non-2 positions. I like it when they could really pressure the lane. I don't think you quite do that against this Juggernaut Witch Doctor lane, so I'm not in love with that either. Sticking with OG.
All right. Well, let's see how they do here in game 1 of this best of 3 series. It is time to head over to our commentary duo of OD Pixel and Fog.
Thank you very much, Steve. Yes, game 1 ready to go between Tundra and OG. Fogs, we're ending the draft here with the Tops and Clinks. I mean, what's sort of your thoughts on this hero at the moment?
Unsure. I've not been seeing it too often. I saw it very frequently when it first got changed, and I think it got nerfed a little bit, right? When it first got added with the very ridiculous skeletons. Maybe it did get. Oh yeah, the talent got changed. That's
Yes,
what it was.
yeah.
You could summon too many skeletons. I think it was that people were about in particular in pubs. I mean, very good single target focus. I think that's what they were looking at, and also just a thing that synergizes with the Jug to push buildings. It's different. Curious to see what build he does go for. If he does look for getting just, I think that BKB Deso Shard doesn't sound too bad, something along those lines. But we'll see what Thompson's feel of it.
Yeah, I mean, sort of overall from both of the drafts, do you sort of like what's going on from both teams, or do you see sort of any holes in either of the sides here?
I'm worried. I'm a little worried just because these Bloodseekers, I feel like they've been falling a little flat for me in a lot of these games when they are these, they're the offlaners. Oh, Saksa, he's gonna get scouted during the rolling ward play, so that's gonna get de-warded almost instantly. That to the Ember, who is going to be mid. That is a offlane Death Prophet, and it is actually the safe lane Bloodseekers, but different. You know, the panel was talking about it was offlane. They've switched things up.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, and what sort of reasoning is this for? Is this a certain matchup that they're trying to get going?
I guess they feel that the
Because it's not
like,
going to be easy for.
lane is decent too. I think it's in particular kind of similar. The Ember and the Bloodseeker idea, the concept of it is that they can both just be fine under the tower.
Yeah.
Darkseer's pushing it in. Huh. And I guess, I mean, who else are you going to throw to the off lane? I guess like they wanted to have a Bloodseeker carry rather than like a Death Prog. It's
No, so yeah, to the point, as you said, you just wouldn't feel good having the Ember on the top lane, so you have to put the Ember then mid, and but then that does lead the problem.
Right.
You know, you're against Thompson on the Clinks, and you know, as Cap said on the power, this is not a fun matchup for the Ember.
yeah, I don't know. They had to kind of make something work with it, and they did want to have, I guess, some kill threat and stuff down bottom. I'm not sure. This is actually really interesting.
Even
They have
the
done this
master
before. We've seen this a
falters.
bit in the past. The Death Prophet off lane now, but I feel like you're kind of susceptible. Even though you're a little bit speedier now, you're 335 hero up top. Like this looks like a scary lane. Like Jug should be getting kills kind of constantly up, I feel.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, comboed with the Witch Doctor, we know once no tail. Point up two in the Maledict, that and the Blade Fury will an easy kill every time on Survivor's assassin. And yeah, if they've got the movement speed advantage on the Jug, but 33 has to be very, very careful, as no amount of Siphon will offset the damage that he's going to get coming from that combo.
Yeah. This is cool though. I'm trying to like think of like, I guess it's just because Skitter can actually do the best in bottom too. I'm trying to really think about why you want to have
well, against this
setup.
because it's quite a powerful duo lane, right? This Spirit Darkseer. Once there's a few points in the Iron Shell, they're going to be playing aggressive in your face.
Yeah, but with Grimstroke and Bloodright, right, they can spec the wave out so hard that they probably don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
But they could have also put Death Prophet there, but then maybe, I don't know. This is just probably the best lane that they figured they could have it all set up. Because it's going to hurt the Ember a bit here, but I think I think he'll be able to get last hits anyway. Even though he's going to get pushed out a bit, he'll be able to farm under tower as this.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
I mean, yeah, we'll see sort of how hard it is going to be. Well, Thompson, you know, already sort of just having 2 points to the steering arrows. It's just this consistent harass that top no struggle throwing out towards him.
It is so much damage really that Steering Arrows does now at level 1 and 2. Like 24, 30. 9 is already getting pressured. And he's got the strafe ready, so he can catch him off guard if 9 doesn't play careful.
Yeah, but as you say, the first few waves, 9 doing a grand job of getting, you know, trading CS very nicely. 12 last hits on him. He missed any. And how are we looking on our side lane farm? So Skeeter, he's farming fine bottom. Up top as well. I mean, I guess as expected, as you said, on this top half of the map, against these two, mid one shouldn't really get any pressure on him, right? This should be a pretty free farm jog lane.
Yeah, it should be for the most part. It depends on what happens with like the creep pulling and everything like that. But yeah, we're seeing mid one. He's chasing away the Nyx to the. He doesn't disrupt the pull, and they're trying to reset that lane position. So yeah, I mean, mid one should be just fine up here. It's just if they're able to ever find any kills, is they are kind of speedy. And do I see that right? Yeah, 33 is bringing boots out, so that's what they're gonna use to prevent them getting spun down. Boots on both of these heroes.
The next label, please.
No, no tell. Slow there with the Maledict. Be able to step away. Let's see Skeeter get aggressive onto Saxa. As soon as the blood rights down. Be out of there.
Yep, solid lane start here for, I'm gonna say Tundra, even though, you know, just everyone remember this is now Tundra.
This is now Tundra.
New team.
Tundra Esports.
Yep, it's a great start. All 3 lanes pretty much perfect. So this setup right now, I'm seeing bottom. Yeah, can't pressure Skeeter at all. Like this is definitely the right choice for them to have this. It's still early days, right? Level 3, the Darkseer has just kicked in, but still he's able to just do just fine. Bottom might have to be a little bit careful if he steps up, depending on how much they get with these ion shells. Back he was killed.
Top 33, trying to get aggressive, but here we have the combo. Maledict down with the blood. Going to siphon the creeper just to try and get some extra heals to help him against that Maledict tick damage, and it will keep him alive.
That was nice. Nice little siphon, pulling the creep with him. And he's actually, I think there's mid one's missing quite a bit of last hit, so it's only a 13 in comparison. 16 of his Death Prophet on its counter.
Oh, that's true, actually, yeah. I mean, as we saw a bit of time spent where he's sort of chasing away Fiverr from making the pull to the side, but sacrificing some of the farm. They're going to go aggressive once more, but a very nice stun from Fiverr holds him back a little bit. Won't be enough though. Mid1 still able to commit in with the Blade Fury onto 33, and 33 will go down there before no tail with him. So OG decides to get that first blood.
Finally able to find and capitalize on an opportunity. Being mid, Topson was able to go and check the rune. Actually, nobody else checked the runes. It was actually just the mids this time around. 9. And he's getting close to 6, so we'll see what he's able to do with the first level of Death Pact. Because the first level is not really the greatest.
Bottom. Bottom. Trying to make sure that Steph and Saxon didn't go upon him. They're going to start trying to run the down. Of course, Topson is low. Skeeter getting a little bit of a burst at this stage, but not enough to keep him convinced to continue to chase. She will have control of the bounties down bottom. Topson shipped out to him. Himself in a much better position to remain in this lane, and as we see, of course, yeah, Topson getting the Falcon. Very much an item that's suited to a lot of these types of mids that could just do, especially with that little bit of mana regen, allowing Topson to not have to worry about getting any sort of clarities or anything out on him when he's spamming his arrows.
I like it quite a bit on these frail, edgy heroes, like on the Deuces, the Weavers, now Clink. You know, it gives you that 175 HP is nothing to laugh about. It's actually quite a lot here for these edges. Yeah, pulling ahead. Definitely pulling ahead in the lane. And we see Seb, he did pick up the bottle, as we've seen kind of done very often on these Darkseers, since you control that bottom rune. Still at only level 4, suffering. Same as 33 is.
9. Gonna be able to grab himself. Regen. Or down and...
Heading up from mid.
Yeah, just coming across. Top lane. They're able to get in on top and no doubt. Fiverr is going to TP out straight away, and that mid lane setup. As you say, Flutter swinging across, joining forces with 9. Take down Topson. Very, very nice move. I mean, 9's, this sort of the start of the game for 9's going to be very important, because as you imagine, Topson himself, he's going to want to start making moves around the map as the Clinks. As long as 9's sort of in a similar position in levels and farm, 9's going to be very ready to react and sort of just fight back to the face of Topson if he does begin to show on these side lanes.
Yeah, and Clinks can always be pretty frail. You have to play around your Death Pact cooldown completely inside of those fights.
On top lane, return to 33. Again, the Siphon heals. Is it enough to keep him alive against this? He's trying to get out to the side, but level 6 is hit. Everyone has the Omni Slash to secure the deal, make sure 33 cannot escape. Bottom lane, Fodder and Skeeter, they're going to make a go here. On to Seb. Seb, he has got the TP scroll, but yeah, he knows he cannot get out of this one. Too much damage there thanks to the combo set up for the Blood Right. Tundra getting some good kills here early on with their cores on pretty much every lane.
Yeah, and I feel like the Rupture in particular, this game could have some massive effects because they have the Grimstroke too. They have potential for the double Ruptures, but they're playing versus some heroes that do require some mobility in their aspect. The Darkseer, the Earth Spirit, the Clinks in particular. Some nice targets for sure for him to be able to look for Rupture. As mid one, that's spin in a second.
Eva turns in master the body block. Mid1 trying to get aggressive onto 33. Healing ward also down, so Mid1 will be fine. And the damage has been done to secure 33 to this damage, and Saxa this time around coming in for that extra bit of firepower to make sure that 33 is not able to live through it all and chase down Mid1. Salvad as well. Mid1's fine.
He didn't bring Mid1's Midas on the courier when he TP'd up, because Mid1 went Midas on jump.
Oh damn. I mean, 8-minute Midas, you're going to be happy with that timing. It's not a bad timing at all. I mean, we saw the other day, Mid1, just straying a little bit from the norm with the builds. I mean, not that Midas is incredibly rare, but it's not something that sort of, this upper division team's going to be buying every game on their Juggernaut. Always fun to see, Mid1, he's feeling the Greeb route, and, no, but I'm always happy to see that.
Yeah, and he's going to be able to use the Midas right away on a big creep, so, okay, cool. I mean, clearly he's trying to experiment a little.
Yeah, because we saw before where what did he do before? He did Mage Slayer into Aghanim's, was the build he did on Jug the other series.
It was indeed. Fada making the rotation mid. Smoke does break. Topson's Death Pact, just ends. And they make it.
But there's a reaction here from OG. They're going to go across. Inkswell stun does connect onto the two of them, but there's 4 members of OG here. 9 Having to be a little cautious, keeps himself to the side. They'll try to chase toward Fada. It looks like OG won't actually be able to catch either of them there. Not losing a hero. They'll keep their mid alive, keep Thompson safe, but won't quite be able to catch even members of Tundra there.
That might be the name of the game a lot of the times in this game too, is just unable to really catch. A lot of this catching is really going to be pressure on Soxa. As we see, he's playing versus this elusive Ember. They only have the Witch Doctor stun beside him, really, with the Darkseer backing, which doesn't really count. But 9, he will get cast up. No, will at least force his hand.
Has 9 got any way out? I'm still there. No, I'm interested to see what Midway's going to buy after this. Because you see this inventory, like the brown boots, Midas, triple branches. I want to. Is he going to go for something like a bots or a Battle Fury? I hope so. That's the true jug build. If you know, Midas into Battle Fury. We'll see if that's on the mind of Midwan. See if he knows.
I'm thinking he's gonna do something crazy.
I feel so right. When you see nothing queued up, you know, because you don't queue something up if you don't want your teammates to know what you're gonna buy. You know what I mean? He knows in his head, I'm gonna buy this item, but I don't want my teammates to know.
He's got the bots queued up, man.
Has he got the? He's got Midas spots. This is the Ben Wu, right? The Merlini build.
This is the Merlini build. Oh, I mean, whatever. I think it was what No-Tail was the one who was saying, or who was the one? One of them on their team. If you're trying to learn anything, don't learn from us, because they're
Midas spots coming to a pub near you. See.
And I've seen Thompson building this item on heroes in pubs.
Yeah.
He's building the Mage Slayer of the Quinks.
I mean, it's a good item. It's a good item. You know, you think, oh, it's just some.
I think so too.
It's what magic was, agi damage, a debuff, all for the great price of not a lot of money. Really, it's not that expensive an item if you sort of consider just all the different things that it does offer.
The thing is that it has a cloak in it. Like it's all like a cloak is like the most value item in the game. Is Thompson.
There we go. They are able to close the gap in. The setup's there. Thompson, he's down and out.
My God, they even threw rupture. They threw everything on.
Wait, did they rupture him as well?
Too.
All right, they really didn't want him getting out. I mean, he's dead. We can confirm.
Into a tower push.
Yep, goes out. Same time, OG gonna look for the split push down bottom. One eyeing up his tower. He knows he gets this. That's gonna be the bot skull done. There's 9. He's in looking for that healing ward. We'll get it. Try and go in up onto him. Therefore down, but 9, he's prepared. Remnant back to the mid lane. 9 is away, out of danger.
Get themselves a nice easy tower, and 30. He's also gone for a Falcon, but I'm not sure if you pointed that one out.
No, I didn't actually.
Lots of them.
Yeah, Falcon played definitely on the up right now. And Bib1, that's his bot's done. Oh, we can only imagine where he's going to go next. Midas spots Battle Fury. Midas spots Battle Fury. That's the bit. He probably. I think he's going to be a little. I think he's going to get the Manta next, right?
I think he's
against
gonna
this
get,
sort of
Radiance
lineup
or something, dude.
No, he's not going to get Radiance. He's not doing Radiance.
Mid one's insane.
I think Battle Fury's definitely on the cards.
All right. I mean, I'm trusting you. This looks like one of your builds.
6-4 at the moment. 1k lead for Tundra here. And Tundra, they're ready to fight here inside their jungle. They're going to look to set things up onto the Earth Spirit, and they've got it. Saxa will go down to start. A little bit of a move. Mid-one's out of that. Straight out to the top lane. He's out of harm's way. I mean, he's got a Midas spots. He doesn't want to be involved in any of this.
But he's involved in a deny. You know, there you go. It's already value. He finishes up his... Now he gets a wand, too. Look at that. Started something beautiful. Oh, he's queued it up. He's queued up the mouse.
The mouse. All right. I mean,
it's more normal now.
More normal, but it's one of the... It's sort of the... You know, he's saying, you know what, we'll get a normal line, but it's still good for farming, right? You know, he's still happy. He's like, all right, look, I'll keep everyone else pleased by getting something that's standard, but he's still having a smile on his face because he's going to be cleaning those creeps up at quite the rate.
Bottom lane.
They've got the opening onto No-Tail, and he's down for sure. See if they can get Seb out of here, but he's been ruptured. He comes in, but doesn't quite clip onto Seb.
Look, mid one can always turn up. Oh, you're low? I got bot, man. I'll come down there and healing ward you up, Seb. It looks gonna be a pretty passive style from OG, which I feel like they kind of have to now to build because the Jug, I think, at least waiting until Thompson has his item or his level 12, because like I was talking about before, that pack level 1 is okay. Level 2, just it's so much stronger. How you went that percent is really a big difference. Or sorry. Oh yeah, it is a Sorry, I got nerfed. It's going to be a little bit of time for OG before they look to actually fight. As you've seen, Tundra, they have a very strong team fight lineup, and with this 33 Death Prophet kind of leading the charge with this Ghost Scepter and a Falcon Blade, he's pretty tanky.
Yeah,
he can't actually front.
Yeah, for sure. And if he's sort of able to get in there, they're going to have solid damage output from both Nine and Skeeter, you know, at this stage where they're both going to have Maelstroms. Nine's also got a DD in the bottle. So,
wow,
yeah, we just got to be careful of any fight that Tundra do bring to them right now, because Tundra's very likely to just come out on top and get some of these squishy heroes taken out before the action really starts. And No-Tail going to be very careful with his position.
Absolutely, and it's the fairy trinket as well. Nine is dishing out a crazy amount of damage. Fada will walk to the ward.
Go in, look to take down Fada around these boundary rooms. Jump forward for Nine into the Ink Scroll stun on the two of them. Heals her out. No-Tail. That's going to be enough to stop Nine from chasing any further. As soon as his Food of Restoration and Healing Ward is out, OG's pretty set. But Nine, he's got to be careful. Slash is attempted by Fib1, but a Remnant still there. Nine out of mana though, and Tops and Asax are both in position for Nine to jump over straight into their hands. As Nine will get out another sight, but he won't get out of this one. As OG get the 3 kills.
Wow, and I feel like that's pretty unexpected. I see the items that they're going for too. I was just saying, yeah, they're probably gonna sit back and just relax for like a moment or two, but nope. Setting up for bounties. Look at the sentry coverage on the bottom, just showing exactly where they want to fight, and just No-Tail hitting the trap.
Yep.
No boots on this Witch Doctor, but he's got sentry.
No, yeah, I really do feel, you know, for Tundra, it's definitely a bit concerning if they're losing these fights against the team with the bots, Midas, Jug, Mid-1. He's going to be very, very happy with any sort of trades that they take.
Yeah, the two supports just stepping up a little bit too far. Biver, I mean, it's really it's a sentry coverage. Biver wasn't even in harm's area, but a sentry gets placed down at the bounty when he gets rolled on and he's dead. Like, it's literally 5 sentries just placed all there, waiting to fight. 500 gold committed to get that advantageous position. And yeah, now he's ready.
With the opening hit onto 33. Laying down the death ball, they do have the Impale to put a stop to it. Mid-1's on the chase with the Blade Fury. Here's the backup from Nine. Turns him with a Sleight of Fist over. No, just stepping out to the side. Nine can't continue to commit. He has to back out of it. Silence onto Biver. Roll 4 of Saxit, trying to get the lockdown, but Biver's got the up into the stun. They turn, they take down the Earth Spirit. Gita having to run. He's speedy. He's very fast. He may think about getting back in on this. He's trying to. He's got the Ink Scroll stun in a second. He's in with the Sleight of Fist, but Mid-1 has the Blade. Just up another as Thompson falls. Mid-1 now in trouble. They'll lose a third. As Tundra, they're going to continue to chase. Opal connecting the two of them. If they've got any stun range, there's the spike carapace onto No-Tail. But right down, No-Tail trying to run. He's taken out by another slight from Nine. 4 dead on OG. This is the sort of fight you expect Tundra's lineup to have with the builds that they've gone for compared to OG that have gone the more greedier route.
Yeah, Sox's roll in kind of baits his team into a very unfortunate scenario. As B03, he pops Exorcism, gets a beautiful, I think 3 or 4 man silence to start it off. Then a Blood Right to cover the ground too is just dream area for Tundra to set that up. And yeah, again, OG, this time a little bit overzealous. Sox putting his team into a little bit of a rough spot there with that roll in. But doesn't matter, respawn OG, no hesitation. Now that Exorcism's down, now that the Ember used Jord, of the Fire Remnants at least, they can look to punch back. As Thompson, he's got his death pack too. And oh, you know, why not? A Philosopher's Stone too, since they're gonna...
Some more money. But, I mean, honestly, like OG, Mid-1's got to be very careful in these fights. Especially when he's going the Ags after Maelstrom, right? They don't have any saves other than the Surge. And there's a lot of things that you would imagine as a Jug you're probably wanting to Manta off when you look at Tundra's lineup. So if Mid-1 ever gets caught by like these silences or roots, he's going to be in quite a lot of trouble. So they really do have to be careful, OG, how they fight with Mid-1's Jug right now.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a very unorthodox, but it's very his style. If, like you said, if he's able to make it work somehow,
yeah,
he's going to be a little bit,
be massive.
I guess, tankier with his stats. But like, yeah, it's going to be weird how he has to approach the fight.
Meanwhile, on Tundra 9, it's going to go the BKB next, already about halfway through it. We see it again, 33's build, pretty perfect. That just this sort of just getting as tanky as he can as soon as he can. You know, as we said already, the hood and the Ghost Scepter. Now looking to finish up with that hood into an Eternal Shroud. Yeah, he's going to be quite the front line. He's just going to be able to step forward, pop those ghosts, and they're really going to have to just sort of focus all the physical damage output onto him. But then, yeah, the Ghost Scepter, they can't really do that. There's nothing to sort of take it off him right now. So, yeah, 33's offlane DP is going to be a huge issue in these team fights for OG.
Yeah, they're going to have to play really well around Exorcism. Either, you know, reset as soon as it's popped, or just aim for him somehow at the start of the fight. So I really feel like he's going to be the biggest thorn in their side. He has the Eternal Shroud actually done, so he's going to be very problematic. Viper. Oh.
Despite Carapace, he's making them work for it. Mask out. Does bounce in onto the two of them. Viper.
Oh.
Yeah, he's going to be gone because of that one. Unfortunately for Viper there. 33 coming in next towards him. Up to the side. Fighter trying to set things up with the Soulbind. 33 is ready to go in, but this Death Ward on the high ground. And he's got to keep himself to the side. Will step away from it for now. Buyback comes out from Fighter, but the Omni Slash from Mid-Bomb finds the perfect target. He's able to fully commit onto the Death Prophet. 33 after the Ghost Scepter had been used. And of course, 33 has no save then against that. As this time round, Mid-One able to find a clean opportunity to take down an important core.
It's pretty huge too, sure. OG, they committed absolutely everything, but that was, what, like an 8-second duration exorcism to now 2-minute downtime, where I feel like OG, they could take advantage of that pretty heavily. Really does feel like Tundra is relying on that one quite strongly here, though, as Viper gets a great setup on mid. I get the area.
Meteor Hammer follow-up. He's going to be in a lot of trouble. Saxon trying to come across. He's got a bit of burst heal there, as Thompson's able to stand his ground and turn. In fact, Viper's going to fall. Couldn't quite kill him in time. As Thompson, which of course just quickly grab something up with the Death Pact and have that extra bit of tankiness to withstand that attempt from Tundra.
They're very steps. Skeeter wants to go on this. Okay, he's got a BKB finish.
Oh, he's having to fully commit with the Inkspell done as well. They get the kill over to the side. They do lose the Ember, but Skeeter, he's ready to look towards his next target. He's going for Thompson. Thompson's trying for the TP out, but the damage for Skeeter is too much. Able to move into position, block off the attempted roll away from Saxa. No-Tell, and Mid-Bon coming across though. The cast bounces causing issues for Tundra as Mid-Bon, he's just cleaning up with the Blade Fury. Gets himself a few more out of this. Skeeter now with no BKB charge ready to pop. He's got to run. But Mid-One and Saxa, they're on the chase with this boost into travel movement speed. He's able to easily close the gap. And on top of the Bloodseeker, it's going to be another one here for OG.
Look at it go as Thompson even tips notes. Oh, those cast bounces. Oh my god. Picture perfect. And I mean, I feel like they...
Oh,
just
Viper
out fighting them there, chasing, and Viper too.
He's trying to defend this, but he's down. Another kill for Mid-Bomb. As yeah, Mid-Bomb's really doing it here with what could not really be described as anything less than some sort of like mega Chad build with this Midas Spots, Maelstrom Aghanims. I mean, yeah,
and Aghanim Shard.
You don't get more impressive than this. You know, he has no fear against their lineup. He's just ready to start killing people, and he is. He really is. 6-1 and 7.
I cannot believe how much he's owning with this. I mean, all right, well, pub's ruined. Enjoy Midas.
Oh, and here we go. See the Swift Blink. We saw him fix this into his build when he did the Mage Slayer Axe build the other day. And I mean, Swift Blink's amazing. When some of the new Blinks came out, it was pretty much the weakest, right? But the recent buffs have just made this a very appealing item to get on these Agi characters.
Especially on Juggernaut. If you blink and then you Swift Flash with the bonus damage and bonus attack speed, like you're gonna Shrek. It's pretty cool. As mid fight's kicking off.
Yeah.
And we'll get the reset with Surge. Looks like No-Tail's gonna pay the price.
Oh, and Saxa's out. They're back in for Step, giving a bit of safety for Saxa to TP away. Did they lose No-Tail? Step, can he get out of here? The chase is gonna be on.
To 33 down for the illusions.
Thompson, he's ready to sneak back in and look to kill 33. 33 pops the Ghost Step to the Siphon, keeping him alive a little bit. Silence down onto Thompson. They've got the follow-up stun. Can they keep 33 safe and out of it? They can. 33's away. Meteor Hammer comes crashing down onto Thompson, but there's the wraparound for Mid-Bomb. Comes in with the Swift Slash to get the kill and to maybe get out of there. No, he wants to stick around. Saxa, he's let back in. Here comes the Omni Slash. He's a big one as well. 9, he tries to throw a Remnant out, but he's low on mana. Phantom's Embrace there in time onto Mid-Bomb as 9. Be okay. Turns with a slider fish chains onto the two of them. Butter and 9 still rather low. They've got to stick away from Mid-One. Another slash up. Butter puts the Ghost Set above. Mid-One's got the chase with the Blade Fury. Has the magical damage to kill him off. 9. Remnant still prepared off to the side. He'll make it away. But it's looking a little scary for Tundra here. That down 3K, and they're just having to run the hell away from this Juggernaut anytime they see him, as Mid1's ready to chase down and kill them all.
That was such a weird way that it all kicks off too. I'm seeing 33 running through a wall of illusions, and the skeletons from the Clinks are actually killing him at the same time too. Then Topson full commits, somehow baits them to where Mid1's going. Mid1 gets a wrap around. I mean, this is just constant fighting, as we've obviously come to expect from OG, but a little bit of a different kind of style here with Mid1. He's got the Eagles. I mean, he's unbelievably farmed.
So farmed. 24 minutes in with this amount of farm.
Level 21 as well too. I mean, they're trying to match it. Peter's actually doing a good job, 7-1 and 9, but he's still getting out farmed. They're looking for a fight now though, with Exorcism back up. Fiber.
They want to catch Mid1 out, but it's so hard. Silence into the stun. Can they lock him down long enough to finish him? He's trying to run. Can they kill him off? They can. They will get him. But they may lose a lot of heroes for this. The skeletons are out. They've got to keep themselves to the side of it. They've lost 2 cores for this attempt on Mid1. They're going to lose a third. 33 cannot escape. They throw everything onto killing off this Juggernaut, but it cost them 3 cores to just kill Mid1.
Topson just holds his ground and just right clicks, pops the strafe, puts down the skeletons all over the place too. And yeah, like you said, committing everything in order to kill him off, and now they're going to lose more.
He's ready to look for more. Fiver's trying to hold back Topson with the combo. And Topson's not going to get too much at all. Paralyzing cask is out. The bouncers are there. Back over towards Fiver. They're trying to sneak out of it with the spike carapace, but he's going to tick out to this Maledict.
My God, the No-Tail's casks, there's like 40 creeps there and it bounces to him. I mean, lots of time now where OG gets to push in the lanes, get to pick and choose. They get to see that there's a DD top. Jugs respawning in 20. They could probably threaten the Roche. Exorcism's going to be down for a long time. Jug or Topson can pick this one up. It's going to be Topson.
Yeah, Topson's going to start. I don't know if there's going to be any way that Tundra get over here.
And now you have 100% uptime for a death pack for Topson as you see double 18.
Darling as well for Seps. Have those extra buffs to throw out to his cores. Mid-ones. He's got that Midas, needs to find something to use it on. First of all, wants to head over, help to finish off the Roche. 9 could look for a steal. It is pretty low. He's going to jump in and try and look for the steal. He's able to get it. They don't get the kill and they don't get the Aegis. OG get both. As Mid1's able to pick it up, and now that's Charles chasing them down. Skeeter, he's attempting to get out of there with a BKB, but Sax is on the chase, keeping the magnetized going. He's got to run back to base, and he's not even going to make it. The damage from it enough as Saxa chases him down. They attempt to try and push OG out of the pit. Full commitment from 9. It doesn't pay off as OG end up taking everything and shot 33 in trouble. At this point, the Ghost Scepter, it just doesn't save him at all. Of course, Mid1, he's got that DPS talent on the Blade Fury to help him against such sort of defensive attempts.
And he's got the sharp part too. I just beat anyway to keep on him. But I'm watching Topson. Dude, these skeletons. I was wondering why I didn't see this hero after he got the 3-second nerf, because in Topson it was stupid. Dude, he just the same target damage that he's able to provide when he had 4 skeletons or 5 skeletons. It just deleted them.
So potentially a dumb question, but that's why I'm here. Do the skeletons apply the mage buff onto everyone they're hitting? A debuff?
That's a good question.
Because if they, and that's pretty good, you know what I mean?
Because there's, I think some interactions like Flak and other things don't, but I know that actually might work. I'm gonna watch to see these illusions right now. I've not been keeping track of that one.
No, they're done. They're done.
Okay. I was gonna say that's a little bit.
I was gonna say if they did, that would be pretty insane.
Because it seems like it's only the tougher one of the two. Like it counts like an orb, I guess, in a way, where Flak doesn't work, but Drow multi-shot does, but Drow split shot does.
I was gonna say Drow multi-shot doesn't, does it?
You know,
that would be pretty wild.
Split shot, the Aghanim.
The Aghanims, yeah.
There's like, yeah.
9. Having to pop his BKB here. And he's gonna look to try and turn towards Saxa. Saxa has been ruptured. But Rux down Saxa. He should drop it. Get Saxa. Can they get anything more though? OG grouped up pretty tightly, ready for Tundra to try and make an attempt on them. Task is out, Thompson chasing the walls down, back him onto the three of them. Mid one's there with a follow-up. Blade Fury is 9. He's just getting torn apart, has to remnant out to the side. Butter will keep himself alive with the Clipper Cape, but the Swiss Flash from mid one comes down onto Viver. Here's the Omni Slash onto 33. The Ghost Scepter protecting him completely, though, from that up. So 33 will live.
Decent little reset, at least, from not dying to mid one, that Omni Slash whiffing, but still, the power of OG. As soon as that Emperor's BKB is going down, they pull mid and then.
Jump forward to try and defend this. 9. They might just be dead. Swift Slash is up. 9's gone. He's got no buyback, down for 70. 33's trying to hold off to the side of Skeeter. And dealing with the BKB, gets in onto Thompson. Taking down 1, can they look for anything else? Mid1 just beating into 33, forcing him to try and escape. Mid1 is still good to go, popping the Blade Fury, just chasing down Skeeter. This damage far too much. The Blade Fury DPS and that Iron Shell just kicking out too much damage for Skeeter to deal with.
I mean, Juggernaut just looking like such a good hero with all these little upgrades that he's gotten. Now Blade Flurry is, I mean, just your spin is so relevant with this build. Seeing Maelstrom almost every game with this shard, and this one I feel like we're really seeing the display of how much power it can provide in the fight. Doesn't matter if you're Ghost Scepter, you're just getting so much damage beat onto you as OG. Rallied around with this Darkseer who's just buffing up the Jug.
There we go with the Swift Blink.
Look at the speed.
Yes. Into the Swift Flash, and the damage ain't done by that initial burst with the Aghanim Shard ability. So the Aghanim's ability, then the follow-up's always going to be there with the Blade Fury and that movement speed to allow you to easily stay on the target. You cannot run away from this Jug. And he's in again. He goes. 9. Let's see if he can turn. Well, don't quite catch on to Mid1 though. Mid1's ready to just run back in. They have been both soulbound, but Blade Fury's available. Vacuum onto the 2 of them. Varda's down. Comes down immediately from him. Skeeter is back in the game. OG, they got what they came for. The mid-racks. Mid-melee racks been taken away. We'll see what sort of fun.
They're going to keep going.
Yeah, Thompson's here. Mid1's going to have Omni Slash back up in 5 seconds as well. Thompson just chilling on the high ground here, knows that they can't really go on him. They're going to try 5-man smoke.
He has an arcane. He's just dropping skeletons. And right now there's 6 skeletons in this area for the fight into. And there's going to be more.
It's a very dangerous defense that they're going to have to attempt here, Tundra.
8 skeletons. Now he's going to have 9 as soon as, or 10 skeletons as soon as he leaves this invis. I mean, walking into it, really tough.
They're going to try and wrap around that, opening it onto Saxon. Saxon's pretty tanking down onto 3 of them. They've managed to get Saxon. See what more they can get. Let's keep heading over towards Seb. Seb up in the air though, keeps himself alive with the yours. 33 does go down, buys back straight away. Skeeter will be able to pick up Seb. They've taken out 2. Still onto Notel. They'll find another. They are managing to hold the defense here, Tundra. With 3 kills, Thompson. Piper's trying to run, but it's too much damage. Mid1's in as well. 33 with the Ghost Scepter will live. Skeeter TPing out. He cannot afford to run through this army of skeletons sitting there on the high ground.
Like, 9 had this, I mean, I've seen it multiple times now, but he gets hit once and his damage is completely negated because of that Mage Slayer. But in this last fight, he actually just pretty much died to Thompson's skeleton. He remnanted through, slighted to dodge a little bit of it, and then Thompson just made another set and almost killed him with it. Thompson. Getting a little bit too aggressive there. And now he's, I mean, his Deso on top now too. Oh Jesus. Look at how cocky he's playing.
I mean, he's just running in underneath the noses of 4 of them with no backup behind him at all. Only a Manta to rely on. That's how strong he feels right now, Thompson. Oh, Farda didn't even get the chance there to pop the Ghost Scepter. He died that quickly. The skeleton's up the cliff.
I'm honestly back to being like, why did people stop picking the Clanks after this first got added? Because it was so popular the first week.
Thompson having a poke at 9 here. 9. Not able to find him though, and more members of OG are coming over. 9's got to be careful.
My God.
Nearly going down. Skeeter might be forced to put the BKB. No, he's got the movements to make it away from that combo. Thompson's trying to chase, but Skeeter is away.
I mean, at this point now, they're so far ahead to it looks like they're like kind of goofing a little bit, goofing on them a bit, and there's nothing that Tundra can really do to punish him. I mean, look at mid one's build. He's got a moon shard on top after it, and I think that's what Mjolnir now afterwards going to be finished, so just straight attack speed.
Oh,
They do get rupture onto Thompson.
It's so hard to chase this though. They don't know what they're walking into.
Okay, the maximum attack speed build is online now for mid one. 0.28 second.
I mean, these swift slashes are going to have sort of as many attacks in as sort of your average Jugs Omni slash with sort of how high his attack speed is.
If he's solar crested as well after the swift blink with it, let's see.
Let's see what he can find. I mean, look at him go. He's just zipping in, zipping out. They can't do anything to contain him. The Soulbind is down onto Thompson and Saxon. Going to try and commit with the BKBs. Here's 9. Both him and Skeeter are trying to bring down Saxon, but the heals, the restoration and the healing ward just keeping them alive. Midward jumps over the vacuum of some of the Midward coming in with the first act. I think we can pop in a TP there in the midst of it all, Midward. As 33, he'll try and escape. He will manage to do so, but that's 9 down. No buyback on him. Oh, Thompson just accepting this huge burst of opening, and Thompson does go down. They're heading over towards the fountain now, as 33 is dead. Biver also dying outside of the fountain. Now, that's kind of the point where OG, they're dragging them out. Barter's going to be dragged out by the vacuum. Skeeter is running in, but now he himself in a bit of a spot of bother. Biver will help out with the impale. Into the hammer, No Tail diving in. Picks up a Ghost Scepter and he's fine. As OG... Okay, Skeeter gets him.
Into the tier 4s, 9.
What? I mean, they're look for some objectives here. Is it really the time to start fountain diving? I mean, they are 26k up there. It's OG. They're going to look for those opportunities to beat them back into the base. And over to the mid. Here we go. Attempt onto Skeeter. Skeeter. Remember this BKB. He's got to run. He won't make it out of there. OG, they're finished off the bottom set of racks. And they'll just call it. They'll call it. They don't want to mess around with this one anymore. Tundra. OG will take game 1 of this best of 3.
Wow, I mean, with a very farm-centric build on the Jugs, still able to just bring the fight to them every single, right from that. One is like even from the 15-minute fight, even they were kind of winning some of them, which is a huge problem for Tundra because they went for more of these just straight up fighting items. Their BKBs, it felt like they needed them to be 10 seconds in these later fights. As OG
It is in the bag.
cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me. Hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. Can make me move. Can make me
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll
What does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Ooh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia? Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations. They keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my
When I see you dancing, I'm like, hola, 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 hola. With your move fancy, make me wanna hola, 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 hola. I got your attention, spending that moolah, 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 moolah. I'm a jump popping, pocket, swola, 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 swola. Swola, 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 swola. Swola, swola, swola. When I see you dancing, I'm like, hola, 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 hola. See your move fancy, make me wanna hola, 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 hola. I got your attention, spending that moolah, 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 moolah. I'm a drop popping, pocket, swola, 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 swola. Your attention, spending that moolah, 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 moolah. I'm a drop popping, pocket, swola, 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 swola. Swola, 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 swola. Swola, 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 swola. Swola, swola, swola. Swola, 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 swola.
I've been up for 3 nights. My eyes are bloodshot red. Damn, I wanna see the sunshine. It's getting to my head. One look in the mirror, don't like what I find. I know that somewhere in there there's a good guy. He runs away at midnight.
But I don't see anything.
I'm sorry that I stole your car.
Get lost in the song.
Ain't got no tattoos on my arm.
Let's go out.
Maybe you should call me out.
Get into the light now.
Dota2 coming at you. OG versus Tundra. DreamLeague Season 14 powered by Intel. And we got Purge on the big screen. We got Kyle and Cap here as well. And we're going to talk about what Tundra can do better. And we're going to see if they can change something up in the draft to see if they have a better shot against OG. But the thing is, laning stage looked quite okay. Maybe, Kevin, is there a way to punish the greed that OG played with this first game?
Oh, you're talking about Bloodseeker, basically. Or sorry, not Bloodseeker, Jug being able to buy Midas?
Yeah, to get all that. Like, is there a way to... I don't know, then you're basically asking to outfight OG, right? And that's gonna be a tricky one.
I mean, it was lane specific. He got lots of kills in his lane. He was like 2-0-2 in the early game, so he basically had his typical free farm. Maybe you could argue, like, if there's a traditional offlaner or somebody that can survive okay against Jugspin, then it's fine. It's more playable. It just feels like OG's better is what a lot of the fights boil down to, even though they do weird things. So I'm not sure if it's super draft specific. It's hard to say.
OG's just better, Kyle.
I mean, we kind of knew that coming into it.
Yeah.
This is all fast playing against the squad. I think something like Kalo is the right direction to go, however. And OG were ready because that was exactly what they did. Who was their first matchup? Hycoast, yeah. I believe they first picked Coddle and immediately OG Naga against them as well.
Yeah, that was their first game. That was the first game that they won as well. And I mean, that also should mean that Tundra knows this, because this is something that you could have prepared for, right? As far as preparation goes. And it is indeed one of, yeah. Alan, what are you thinking, Purge? It's like a puzzle we're trying to solve, but it's one that seems to not be having all the pieces or something.
It's a tough thing in Dota sometimes because you're like, oh, why did I lose that game? And sometimes, like I agree with the casters too. Like, I don't want to see my Juggernauts go that build, but the reality is, like, if you just don't die ever, then you can go almost any build and it's pretty viable. So it's like you strategically predict how to beat that in the future. If they're just better at reading fights constantly, it's really difficult.
Gotta say, I dig the opener.
It's the exact same opener.
It is exactly what they beat Coddle with it already. They're showing the world.
I will tell you the rest of the draft, just so that I don't have to keep looking back. They opened with Naga, Monkey King, and then went into Rubik, Juggernaut, and Invoker. We'll see if they match the collective 5.
Why is the Naga so good against Keeper of the Light?
Because Coddle, if you think about it, is gonna create more opportunities to take team fights than other heroes, because he's gonna bring heroes to him. In addition, very squishy, and so we saw OG have No Tail abuse the Coddle in lane by illusion spamming with an Orb of Venom, and then later in the game you get this really cool reset song, Find the Coddle, and actually with Soxa playing it if I'm not mistaken, and he also can then get the immediate Meteor Hammer. We saw Wombo combo fail miserably in a laughable fashion. It was a top clip.
Yes,
but when it worked, like it worked, it's just, that's it. The fight's over. You hit 2 people with the Meteor Hammer. That's your 4 position, just winning you the game.
I guess there aren't any other supports that really give you that kind of reset button.
No.
Then obviously, synergy with.
Yep.
Okay. Well, surely there's got to be a way to punish this in lanes. There's a reason why Naga Siren isn't port for, right?
Well, it's their Coddle counter.
What if you put Coddle in a different lane? Because I assume Naga's typically 4. Like, let's hypothetically say you can put Coddle in a different lane, pick some support with a carry that's a good fighting combo, and you just kill the offlaner to death, kind of a thing. Because Naga can't do much. I feel like that could be a solution potentially.
Put the Coddle as a 4 with I mean, they already banned Bristle, but yeah, I could see where you're kind of leading with that. Just get a kill duo.
The lane that the Monkey King and the Naga on the off lane were up against was a Troll Coddle, which, to be honest, shouldn't be that bad, but they won the lane hard.
Yeah. Well, it's a really tough lane, though. I mean, they just hit so hard. The base armor on Naga's like 8. You're doing minus armor. Someone's gonna grab an Orb of Corruption. Monkey King, one of the strongest laners, and Coddle just doesn't hit hard. Like, he doesn't really do much, and you're not gonna get those full damage blasts off onto heroes if there's a Naga illusion constantly tracking you. So to Kevin's point, I'd love to see them Coddle off lane with something really annoying like LC, Clockwork. Bristle would have been great. And then you just pick something beefy that'll trade. But like, what trades against Naga Monkey King?
I feel like range course was probably the answer. They did troll. Seen a good drow in a while.
You can't drow into Naga though. That is just so sad because that's the big threat, right? OG could also just core the Naga. Like, we theory craft all this, but if you try and pick something,
it's all right click damage. TB has high armor. It's hard to fight into him during meta. Get some sort of just strong.
But they just saw in Wukong's though. That's the like. It's just such a good double open.
Right, betting at the Mars last. The heroes removed. Anything that is still spooky with the Keeper of the Light, like they could go for? No.
I mean, Clockwork's good against both of these, Naga as well as Monkey King, as a 4 position if they're going to stick with the model.
I think OG goes for either No Tails hero or just a core again to keep the Naga still mysterious. Like, honestly, I think it'd be better off just like playing roulette with Dota hero list.
Yeah.
And just saying, oh, that one, that's what they'll pick.
You could probably also make a good case for any single one of them. Ah, they go for the DP themselves. Strong hero.
Okay.
All right.
She'll be difficult to kill at least when she grabs her magic resistance item, so Void Spirit's a little bit less scary.
You still have no idea what's a core not.
Yeah.
It's synergy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised if No Tail's one of those guys who's like, yeah, let's play 5 Death Prophet. It's another one of those zone fights, even though, the zone moves around the Death Prophet. She's still a hero that kind of wants that like moment to be able to set up, get out her ultimate. So very similar to the King in that regard. Song Reset is going to be great for that. The only other, what's the 5 position that works with it is like Disruptor. They do go with Clock.
Yeah.
I'm down with that.
That kills everything on the OG side, and it secures their lanes in a way. It doesn't matter what's core, what's not. You're gonna have a good clock game. Although I actually think that makes it more likely with Naga core, because none of these heroes really deal with her whatsoever. Maybe we should, honestly, OG should play with handicap. I think we just remove the reserve time. Like, that would be a challenge.
Just feels like this strat, like they just pivoted so hard between game 1 draft and game 2 draft that it makes them seem so difficult to play against. Like, they just do everything so different than everybody else. I feel like that throws everybody on the back foot.
I've got the
Wasting
idea,
one.
actually.
All right.
4 cores.
Mud Golems plays Captain's mode while OG plays Captain's draft.
Oh.
Hey.
Limit their hero pool.
I'm so sad that no one, we have no captain's stats. We had the one in DC 4 years ago. It's one of my favorite events. I wish that we were more like China in Europe as well, where everybody queues random draft in their high MMR game. More fun.
Yep.
What in?
I mean, I wouldn't put support Gyro past them. We saw Gyro off lane earlier today, right?
Yeah, we did.
It's good and it's like okay in the laning stage, but after that it kind of feels wrong.
I feel like it's a Topson last pick. I mean, honestly, I got no clue. I'm just guessing. I'm not going to talk. I have no idea.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and guess. 1 Monkey King, 2 Gyro, 3 Death Prophet, 4 Naga Siren, and no either that or No Tail.
I actually have seen a pub with a Gyro mid against a Void Spirit, and Gyro did pretty darn well.
Yeah.
So I could see that for sure. Rocket Barrage is just an insane amount of damage against melee heroes, so
Forced him
I like
to
the
get
Ursa pick, though.
Stimulate.
I also think it's Gyro mid, but I think Naga's going to be mid once. I don't actually know. It might be. I think Nagacore makes the most sense, but because OG knows that Mud Golems would expect it, I think they won't do it. It's sort of like rock, paper, scissors. Everyone always throws rock, but everybody knows that everyone throws rock. So if you throw...
Doesn't everybody throw scissors?
That's why you throw rock.
Oh.
I can't help but think it's going to be Naga support, though, because I don't really like any of these other heroes too much as a support. I mean, Monkey can work, but against like an Ursa core, I feel like Naga's going to do way more to just be support and sit and ready, get ready to drop the song or throw the ensnare at the right time. At least all of the OG heroes are like very individually tanky, so Ursa is generally going to be effective against them. I like that aspect of the Tundra lineup so far. Now they're banning out Veno.
And Venomancer. Two very different heroes.
Mm-hmm.
One is that sit in place,
dude, Veno,
push out lanes.
Veno makes them, like, you never team fight, and that Ursa's game is miserable.
Yep. So the best offlane against Ursa, it seems.
And a Veno Naga offlane, that's Ursa, you're just so sad. Whoever's on, like, clock just has to go absolutely insane. Like, you need to kill him in it. As the OG team fight is just...
Man, and this Saga Siren goes off. Wait a couple seconds, all of a sudden, Wukong command, Exorcism, Spirit Siphon out on a couple of heroes, and then the Gyrocopter bomb gonna be on its way.
With that said, though, outside of like easy song setups, they do not have great initiation on OG. Outside of like Monkey stun from trees.
There's really limited...
Seconds remaining.
Yeah, hang on. Yeah, that sounds about right.
That sounds about right. Any final words, Purge, from you of this these 10 heroes on the board?
I left all my dog toys upstairs, so I can't combo here. No, I got nothing good to say. I don't know how this. I have faith in OG, but if it was any other team doing this, I'd be like, yeah, they're gonna lose. Death Prophet 5 is not gonna pay off. It's just too weird.
That's OG in a nutshell, right there. Thank you so much, Purge. Why are you guys standing anyway?
I don't know.
T-posing OG.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out what kind of crazy shit
he's centering
right
his
now.
chakras right now so that he can properly, I don't know, Naruto. I don't know.
Chris,
what?
That's Naruto, right?
Chakras?
Yeah.
That's like
Eastern
any kind of yoga kind of chakras opening, flowing thing. That's not what? That is not necessary. What?
All I know is
begin.
OG's feeling themselves, just like Cap. Oh, actually, they're feeling themselves in a different way. Cap might be feeling himself a little too much. Maybe OG.
All right, let's not make this dirty, Kyle. I'm feeling the OG lineup. You know, they've got a Death Prophet 5 position, Sniper. He's going to get the shard to protect himself against the clockwork.
You know what?
Yeah, I love the Sniper shard.
The worst shard in like the entire game because of grenade.
That regardless, this is going to be an entertaining game, made more entertaining by our commentary team of OD Pixel and Fog. Let's go to them.
Yeah, thank you very much, Steve. I'm very excited to see what OG's going to show us with this draft here, and if it is them sort of pushing it out a little too gone. I mean, Fog, what do you reckon? What are we going to see here?
I think we're going to see a Mage Slayer Sniper 100%. I think that Thompson is one of the few players that has been playing it on every single one of his games in pubs, and I think this item actually might start getting picked up a lot more when I've been just looking at it overall, and I'm looking at a hero that's very good versus Void Spirit. I think versus spirit in the game, I think we might be seeing this Mage Slayer item get picked up versus Void, Embers, Storm Spirits, etc. It just seems like it's going to be one of those harder counters. However, we're going to have to look at OG's whole lineup. As they said, it's a 5-core.
It really is. It really is. No-Tail playing the support. Death Prophet Saxa playing the support. Naga Siren. Mid one on the safe lane with the Gyro. Bottom. I mean, over on the side of Tundra, we've got some pretty more standard stuff, right? There's nothing sort of too surprising with who's playing what.
No, just an overall lack of stuns across the board of the game is really what I'm seeing. Sure, we've got mini stuns and whatnot, like from Clockwork, and we got some Aether Remnant that comes out from the Void Spirit, but we have your very non-traditional stunning lineup as, you know, Boundless Strike, Hook Shot are your probable best stuns, and I guess an Ensnare in the midst of the works. And, I mean, Homing Missile, like we said, there's very little stuns, so it's going to be, I feel like we're going to have some pretty weird fights kicking off here a lot of the times.
Well, let's see how Topson can do here in the lane. I mean, how will he do? I mean,
I think he'll do great.
Well, why do most people not play Sniper? Well, what's wrong with this hero? Why do so many teams not want to ever touch it?
I've been seeing it get picked up a little bit more in pubs. I think he's been what he is forever. He's risky. You get collapsed on and you're just dead. But I feel like that's where the Mage Slayer might be that difference maker. I've seen him do it on the Sniper in pubs before too, and maybe he can actually hold his ground in the midst of it. I think also they have great ways of resetting and restarting fights, right? They have Naga Siren, so you can kind of dictate what fight you actually take. So that's probably why they were inclined for that Sniper.
These side lanes. Who's under sort of the biggest pressure here? Is there any sort of duo lane that you can see causing issues early for either side?
I could see the bottom lane if they just misplay at all, really. There's a lot of potential that I can see just from Chakra Magic and just spamming Earthshock. Although Earthshock's cooldown, of course, has gotten greatly increased since his prime. We gotta hold that for a second. His top the missiles coming on 33.
They're chasing him down. They've got the rocket barrage. 33 is trying to hide in the trees, but they've got it. First blood here for the safe lane of OG. This Gyro Death Prophet duo.
I was going to say that I do believe the offlaners in particular in this game look like they should have a pretty tough one, because even top, this is a double range, and even as wonky as it kind of does sound, it can definitely set up for kills. Like, Viper is so slow. If they ever see a position where Viper is close to their tower, they can likely make the aggressive move.
Has to be very careful how far comes out there. 33.
And they also, like, No-Tail gets a big benefit that he's actually playing versus a hero like Clockwork, even though he's a 5 Death Prophet, which is so weird, but the Spirit Siphon's actually kind of value.
So far in the mid lane, 9 having the slight lead here against Topson. I think I think this is expected. I think the lane is easier to play at the first few levels as the Void. You're just gonna have that easier time with the CS, and sure you're gonna be constantly peaked by the Sniper, but that pulse will protect you from some.
I mean, 9 has to be a little careful here. Topson actually juked.
He might just be dead,
9 actually might. You were saying that as he walked up trying to get aggressive.
You know, I say, oh, he's fine. You know, he popped the shield. But yeah, Topson really pushing him to the limits there.
It's different because Topson doesn't need to expend nearly like anything pretty much on actual regen besides his initial, because he just is always so far back. He's getting clipped by a couple of these resonant pulses, but we see 9 is really getting bullied because of that mid ward that Topson had.
Top No-Tail. Trying to make a go onto 33. And mid one coming in with a rocket barrage damage. Isn't enough to take him down. They'll lose No-Tail. And mid one is going to be able to clean up 33 in return. So, you know, losing the offlaner for a support. OG's carry getting the cleanup kill. Be very happy with that sort of trade.
I thought Seb would have a little bit of a harder time down on him, but he's actually owning. Just like the last time I actually saw him play the Monkey King, he's a great Topson.
He's trying to stand his ground here, but 9's got a DD. Topson trying to keep it. This is it. He'll be able to do it. Oh my goodness. Steps to the side, gets the kill. I mean, in Nine, you know, he tasted that. You know, he sets up the Remnant, he gets the DD for himself, but Topson just able to kite it. Top lane, 33. He's now getting back and he's cleaning up this lane. He takes down the two of them, both Mid1 and Notel taken out there this time by Tundra.
Cannot believe Topson actually drives and gets the kill there. That's so crazy. As I was mentioning, Sabby's actually doing so well bottom. Like, he's really leading over the Ursa right now. I know Sox is really messing with this lane down here, just with these illusions, constantly pulling it and just resetting the positioning. But wow, I thought Seb would at least get slowed down. He's got like every single last hit in the lane.
Gonna see that replay again. Look at this. I mean, look, you know, Nine, he's smiling then. He's like, okay, I've got the DD rune, just a few hits, just one more, just one. Ah.
Was that 3 out of 4 hits? He got the headshot from?
Thompson gives it a little bit of a smile there. I mean, you gotta. That was close. That was close.
Every little thing mattering.
Nine back to the lane, but used all his bottle charges. So again, this harassment from Topson. You know, Nine, he's got no regen.
And Topson 6. I mean, of course, he doesn't skill the assassinate. He actually gets the extra point in the headshot, but the threat is there. So 9 actually has to back away.
Yeah.
Sure, he can play around with it with dissimulate.
See any signs of what Mid1's roadmap's going to be? Crazy builds from him.
He's on Falcon Blade probably, right?
Yeah. As it seems to be now on this course. Well, 9. He's got to dissimulate. Topson, has he got any more shrapnels? He's got one more shrapnel. 9's in trouble.
He's just getting peeped. He will be able to run away. But Topson's trying to find the angle, right?
I mean, there's no way he finds him. Surely not. It was close, but not quite getting him. Top lane, Notel will go down. See if Mid1 can find either of them in return. It looks to be a little difficult now. Viver. Oh, he'll live. And Mid1, he won't. Another 2 kills on this top lane now, where Tundra, they're really starting to punish this greed of this Gyro Death Prophet safe lane. 33, he's getting kill after kill now.
Viper playing it really nicely, being able to isolate them and just play really on the skin of his teeth there. As Saxa looks like he's trying to mess with and just get some information on stacks because he got an illusion rune. He's trying to out-micro them, and looks like it's kind of going to work. They're not going to bother chasing. I'm just still seeing Seb all the way at the top of this net worth. I mean, this is really good start for them. 7 minutes, and he's nearly level 7. 9. That was weird. He had the ensnare on him as he left to dissimulate. That was a very weird interaction.
Yeah, I guess he
same frame?
I mean,
caught him as he dissimilated?
Yeah, same time he was going in, yeah. Must have been.
It looked like.
Top.
Mid1 now level 6 up top.
Now,
much harder now for 33.
Still though, he's level 7. He's off to the side, and he's gonna be fine. Viper's trying up. He's gonna turn around, try and get the damage done, but this time backup's here from Seb. Seb will come across. They do still lose Mid1. They're getting the kill on the way out. C9 off to the retreat, jumping into the pit, but Seb and Topson, they're looking to chase. Balance strike down on the 2 of them. He's got another astral step. Viper in the cogs. Just enough distance to get out of there. Notel still trying to chase on towards Fire. Actually, Seb, he's not done either. Goes in with the spring, onto Biver. Biver's going to be fine. 9, in with the invis, maybe seeing if he can come out and burst one of the 2 of them. He's going to look towards Notel. Notel having the siphon. It's the last charge of it. After this comes to an end, he's going to be in a bit of trouble. He's going to try for TP out, but Biver's over with the cogs. And they will punish Notel for his attempt to chase.
Crazy aggression coming out already toward that side. Now 33 goes bottom, and Mid1. He just went there.
Yeah, he's died a few too many times here now as the Gyro. You know, this ain't no joke from last game. Mid1 definitely having a much rougher start here.
He can't just spin to win this time around. He actually just has to show up to the fights, and he's very fragile when he does. See, Topson gets himself a nice. He actually stacks a triple stack, so he's got some to work with, and we see it queued up already, right? He's got the Mage Slayer queued up. We knew he's going to do it.
I mean, as we stressed, it's just, you know, it's such great stats, everything to have. You know, it's all you could want as sort of a, especially as this sort of squishy, agi core that also has a great range of attack, right? You know, anytime a hero's coming at Thompson, he gets one hit on them, and then sort of, you know, the combo, you know, heroes like this Void Spirit, the damage output is not only reduced, but he also has that magic resistance. So the chance is, if 9 comes in and drops all of his abilities onto Thompson, it's probably only going to do half his HP, even at that, once the reductions come into play.
Yeah, I guess I think this item is gonna look to get picked up a lot more by these agi cores, in particular versus the spirits. Just the spirits really get countered. So even like Pox, Rex, I think this will be an item on the rise. Because you just get so much out of it. Seeing the invasion coming out from Tundra, they will be able to maybe get No Tail here as he steps up a bit more, and also take away some boundaries.
Yeah, finds out to easily jump in. The setup, Siphons are helping him a little bit. Quite a bit, but not enough. Skeeter able to get those swipes stacked up. Tail will fall. 9 for 4. Tundra doing a very good job of getting these kills this time around.
Fiver, he's actually got eyes on Thompson, but now he's in the middle of 4 heroes.
Yeah, he's just going to turn over towards him. Fiver needs help. Is he going to get it? 33's thinking about getting involved, but Fiver already falling. Fiver's down, and the rest of Tundra Esports, they back off.
Close to him getting, it was really close to him actually finding Thompson at low HP there. They just had turned up right afterwards. Just getting this nice ward on the high ground, being able to see the invasion. He just wrapped around him. As we see Thompson again, he's stacking up some camps, looking to finish up this Mage Slayer. And Skeeter, he's just continuing to get closer toward his Battle Fury. He's only 1 piece away. So he's also still having a really good time on this Ursa.
Yeah, that's wild there. We saw on the camp stats. Yeah, Thompson, he's done 9 stacks already, just 11 minutes in all by himself. Some incredible efficiency on the sniper.
He does them a lot of times. He goes to farm them at the timing of when you can stack. So he just like peeps one once, throws a shrapnel into the third, and he actually stacks 3 camps at a time. So it's just efficient movements, as you said.
Definitely feels that this time round, you know, we saw last game, mid-one sort of take the spotlight. This game, it's going to be Thompson carrying. He's the carrier of the sniper.
I mean, him and Seb, sorry, in particular.
Oh, and Seb, yeah, that's true. Actually, Seb's making a pretty good support gap as they do manage to get in on Thompson. Caught in the midst of the river. They're going to try and jump in for more. Mid-one, getting focused by Skeeter, but he's able to kite him up for now. No Tail and Seb move over to jump towards Fada on the back lines. There's DD ready in the river. Mid-one will grab that and say, oh, well, far. Back to the jungle.
And they will find Thompson, though. Remember, it is still the sniper that was picked into some heroes that can get on top of him. Clockwork, one of the better ones, and the Void Spirit still can collapse on him. He doesn't have that Mage Slayer finish just yet, so very vulnerable.
Just a bit of an awkward position for him to be in, just sort of standing in the front of the river. See, thanks to that bit of he's going to hit very good timing on the Battle Fury. This Ursa's, without a doubt, going to be able to keep up in farm. If the Battle Fury does come out within this next minute, he's going to be farming in a pace that, you know, Thompson might be able to keep up with, but the rest of them are going to struggle unless they're finding kills.
They're even looking to set up for mid-one is low HP bottom, 700. They'll show themselves finally, though, as No Tail puts a ward down. They'll be able to farm safely, and looks like they are finishing up a couple items here. And 33 just keeps forcing this top lane as hard as he possibly can. They have this ward behind. A nice little juke there by Soxa.
Hold Fiver back. 4 is here. Fada by the side, Seb. Thinking about trying for this fight for the trees. They're not prepared for this. As the Wukong's command is dropped down, 9 is brought across. The snare popped in with the assassinate coming down. Fada is trying to run. Have they got any damage to catch him? No, it doesn't look like it. Fada's already out.
He gets away.
They get themselves all out of there. 9 might go back in.
I cannot believe the coddle.
It's 9.
Now they're going to turn.
Yeah, he's looking for a way to get in on this. Saxon's going to try the TP out. They got the remnant. Ooh. Good attempt from 9, but not quite quick enough there.
That was so close and nice by Fada recalling the rest of his team up there. Just to be sure that they can guarantee that they get this tower, and it's going to save the TP for Skeeter. He'll go back bottom if he'd like to, and hey, Battle Fury's done. Very good timing for him, and he'll be able to keep that pace going. Mid one, he's going for his own farming item, going for Mask of Madness to try to match. But it's going to be tough to match the Ursa for some time.
Gross out from N0tail in an attempt to finish off this tier 1 tower bottom. Thompson, Mage Slayer on its way. He's going to go for the Aghanims next in this build.
Oh, that's okay.
I mean, I can see it. I could sort of go in Ags, and then I wonder if we see something wild like the sort of full-out magical build, you know, where you sort of go for like the E-Blade, the cooldown, reduced items, and the Blink, you know, obviously. Arcane Blink, Octarine, that's the build.
Thompson, he's grabbed up here by Viver.
They get Viver. I think they want to get any more out of this. Tundra. And they're going to have 9 jumping in. 9 commits. He's able to burst through N0tail. Find themselves the trade.
N0tail's happy when he gets Viper struck as the 5 death prophet. He tipped 33 almost instantly right after that. I don't know. I think Thompson might actually have to go for a little bit more right-click damage. I think this Ags is really nice because the catch, as we mentioned, is really, really awful. And I mean, just the stun versus Void Spirit could get him killed a lot of the times. But I mean, we'll see. I've seen a couple builds from Thompson in his pubs. I'm trying to remember them off the top of my head because it's usually like this. It's usually Mage Slayer, it's this, and then I think he still goes right-click damage after.
Okay. Yeah, we'll
open for change.
We'll see how much fun he wants to have with it. As I said, that if you do get like the Octarine and the Arcane Blink, you know, that cooldown's down to like a few seconds. You just pop and assassinates out left, right. But you're right. It's not necessarily very good. I've
noticed something.
It's a little too far.
These players like Thompson, you know, they understand where the build hits its limit, unlike you, where you just overcommit and you just full commit the build into one thing.
Now, come on, I'm telling you, my Aghanim Shard, Octarine, Arcane Blink Wind Ranger build, it's going to catch on soon.
Getting some time to catch up.
Yeah, I mean, it's a close one, this one as well. 60 minutes at 11 for 8. It's been up and down a little bit. I mean, it's just sort of an interesting dynamic, you know, the OG's lineup has got, as usual. It was sort of the fact that they do have these 3 cores getting very well into carries, whereas Tundra is going to be more of a just making sure that Skeeter has a solid game. Interesting build for Skeeter as well. Goes for the Battle Fury and then does actually go for the Blink after the Battle Fury. So what does this sort of say to you? Is it just sort of just getting on top of Thompson?
I mean, that used to be the style pretty much always versus the sniper. Everyone get Blink to collapse on him, so.
Yeah.
And with this recall, this is nice. He actually recalls him into the Roche pit. This is not going to be expected, and yeah, no way OG can contest this. We said OG, they're looking to just get their farm on. Finish up Hammer in particular on Soxer so that he can be that big fighting force, but they're gonna have to weather the storm of this agent push that's coming out. Thompson's found.
Hey, they are. They're straining on top of him. Popping the song. Sax is trying to save him. The Remnant's down, though, and inside the pub, he's taking a lot of damage. Thompson, and he can't get out of it. Thompson will go down. They get the step up to 33 as they take down Viper. They'll also get the Viper. I think if they can get everyone else out of here, though, Tundra, they'll be okay with this. Losing 2 heroes, but slowing down Thompson's game. And also a fight. N0tail has used the Exorcism. You know, multiple ults were used, so if Tundra can make sure they don't lose anything else here, this will be okay for them. 9.
It's a long snare, and now a long silence.
He's getting blocked up as well. Skeeter's coming in from the side, but 9 he is just straight dead. And Skeeter, he's got to run. If they've got any sort of chase, Seb has got the Primal Spring up if he wants to try and continue to go for this, but Viper's back in the game. They won't dive any further.
He had Yules.
Did he have all his spells on cooldown? He stood there and he got instead.
I'd have to see it. He had Yules and his full 20 stick up. He used either.
I mean, dude, he was walking around right next to the Naga Siren.
Well, because then he got silenced after, but he had Yules up for quite some time, and then just I think he got hit by I have to rewatch.
Do we have it clipped on there? This is actually just after.
No, yeah, Yules is up. And the wall.
One's up.
I guess he may get hit by the Boundless,
sure,
but he sat waiting for some time.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, I guess he sort of just turned off for the moment, 9, and was maybe thinking about other things, looking elsewhere on the map. I don't know, but yeah, he just lets himself die. Skeeter Going in onto No Doubt. It's going to be taking down the Ursa pretty quickly the once. The Aegis Gun, can they do it a second time? Over towards the mid. 33 commits for the Viper Strike out of Saxa. Skeeter trying to jump out up to the high ground and away. He will make it out of there. But then Tundra going through the Aegis and not really getting too much more done with it. They get a couple of kills, but no, nothing objective-wise.
No, definitely didn't get as much as I feel like they had wanted to here. As I think OG, they can just reset. They did lose Thompson, which was pretty huge for them, but they can reset and still in a comfortable spot. I mean, mid one is now, he's getting that farm on, right? That's why they have this big kind of like triple scaling lineup. If one dies, the other can pick up the weight. And mid one has pretty much done, so he's still pretty farmed on this gyro.
Yeah, he's slowly cruising along. You know, it's no Midas spots sort of farm timing as we saw last game, but definitely making a very solid recovery, seeing as he did have that this beginning where he pretty much died 4 times back to back. But that has all been left in the past now, as he manages to keep on track with Skeeter's farm. And Skeeter, of course, he's an Ursa who got a great timing on a Battle Fury, so definitely very impressive to see from mid one in terms of the recovery he has made.
Fada, Seb, been stalking him for quite some time now, but Fada will be able to get away as a lot of rotations coming out. Tundra, they do not want this to happen. In mid one, he's sticking around.
Look at this. Does he want to go for Fada?
Hook shot. They're setting up. They're bringing Saxa. They want to use the sleep here.
Yeah, Seb's giving them the info from the back lines, and they'll take Fada out straight away over the boundless strike. Song in place from Saxa. He's looking to set things up for the Meteor Hammer onto the two of them. Wukong's command, the combo executed to perfection. Not done yet, though. Looking for 9. 9 should be fine, though. Still have to simulate. Astral Step. Yours up in a second. Over to the side he goes. Can't catch this. Seb. Oh, nice move.
Cuts it.
Turns, cuts the tree of Seb. He's got to stimulate it up in a second, but the ensnare's out. He's got no options left.
What a nice read there by OG too. I think I've been watching Seb stalking the Coddle a lot of the times. I think he wants to make sure to take him out. The blinding light has been frustrating him a bunch there, and they get this beautiful setup because of it. I saw Sox actually pop Tome right before that happens, so he gets level 2 Song for the radius as well. Charges in, catches everybody. Perfect from OG.
This again. This is why they love the Saxon Naga Siren and why they pick it up. They do. You don't get much better setup than what you could do as this Naga Siren Meteor Hammer in the game. This is as good as it gets, and Saxon just executes it perfectly. Pretty much all the time. You know, there was that clip the other day, but other than that, you know, he does it perfect.
Yeah. You know, everyone trips up once. Twice though, you know. Doxa, we can't let you do it twice. Perfect. It's every time that it feels like it's every time that it's going to be the 2 heroes are next to each other, just like we saw the other day from them playing it. The frequency now, right? He had popped the Tome right before. That's a level 12, level 2 Song. So it's only got 20-second downtime now after they all do respawn and start getting into their position. So OG, they can probably look to just do something like that again, because Wukong's has pretty much same synergy with that 110 cooldown. And now they got a full round of items coming out too, the BKB in particular on Seb, so he can play. He can actually stay in his Wukongs, because now, like I said, 2 or 3 times now I've seen the Coddle blinding lighting him out, stick on targets, and yeah, these fights are going to get harder and harder, it feels like, for Tundra. 9. Almost shows his face in mid.
You're ready for him here, OG.
Skeeter fresh BKB now as well too, so he's quite a bit stronger inside of these fights too. He's just been getting it's really just been him getting isolated. The fights just start out and 2 people dead, so they have to back away. They're gonna smoke. Well, let's get their own initiation.
Oh, they see Thompson. Can they get on top of it? There we go. Skeeter's running down the river. He's ready to make the jump. They're in. They're on him. But the it's there. Saxa's in with a counterplay. He puts a stop to the attempt from Viper. And for Skeeter, Hammer's going to come crashing down onto 33 and nothing. Wukong's command out as well. Farther to fall. The ensnare holding 33 in position in the midst of this Monkey King as they take down a second. Saxa's ticking down low. He will also end up falling to the damage over time. Seb's going to continue to try and chase on, see if he can catch out 9. Over he goes. 9 out to the side. 9 will live. So they do get Thompson. They do get Saxa. They'll lose a couple in return for it. So definitely not the worst there for Tundra. They keep Skeeter alive, and even though G2 dropped the big combo, they don't manage to kill either Skeeter or 9.
Can they get any more kills here? Looks like 9 was chasing, but we're seeing them. They stuck Thompson for sure. Skeeter with the blink, 9 as well. They both just stayed right on top of him and kind of playing on the outskirts of the Kongs, being able to set up for that kill. It'll be pretty decent. 2 for 2 when they have to blow so much on OG. All getting expended.
See this well for top. He's queuing up the shard next. I mean, Cab said he didn't like the shard. I thought this shard's pretty good, isn't it? You don't rate this shard very highly?
Disarm,
you know what? Yeah, against heroes like Nurse, if you're able to catch him when the ult's down.
But what if he's BKB? Then it's useless, right? So I mean, I'm a little mixed on it.
Oh, that's
9. The instant assassinate. Okay.
Spot it. They're trying to. I was gonna say they got to slide him out of it. For as soon as he does make a go, they're in on him. So he's away around these rune spawns. Looks like we'll be able to secure 3 of them. Sep's going to continue to chase on for Fada, and he's getting this kill. And off to the side, Notel getting a catch onto Skeeter, but the blink damage flies in. 33 having to hide in the tree. But Sep's around here. Sep, after he's gone for this BKB, can now start to look back to scale. Ags on Q next. No, mid one.
They find mid one.
They sort of took a little bit of a wander through that jungle quite confidently, not expecting them to make the jump on him. They did. Had quite a kill streak as well, that mid one, of course. 7 kills, so Skeeter getting a good bit of money for that. 700 gold.
That's nearly the picture finished. Yeah, that's going to be really nice for him to be able to stick on targets, and getting him closer to an Abyssal is definitely the absolute dream versus the Sniper and Gyro. He committed. He bought the shard. So, I mean, when the BKBs are down, the shard definitely has its merits, but we'll see how it works out as 9.
The assassinate, he's locked down for a good amount of time, not quite long enough. 9's able to jump out. Just isn't being popped by Notel, but taking some heavy hits here. 133, also getting bashed by Roche.
Of course.
Getting very, very low. The rest of Tundra, though, weren't looking to chase at that moment in time. And that was sort of back off, wait for the exorcism to come to an end.
How many 4-steps does OG? Okay, they have the 1 4-step. So they will have at least one way to reset Thompson's positioning. Still a little for him, so I guess that's why he's also looking at this concussive grenade. If he gets 4-stepped away, he can get maybe even the pick off, then he can reset. He's just going for this very obnoxious build that's going to be in the midst of everything, doing a lot of damage and just controlling too. While mid one is able to go for the full carry build now. So I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe we could see some shenanigans with the build deviating.
And I know, as you said earlier, you're a bit concerned if he didn't get sort of the right click, but I think he gets away with it just because of the fact,
yes,
he's essentially he's going to be sort of the late game carry with it once he has his Ags, and then whatever his first sort of big carry item is going to be on top of that.
Fight's kicking off. Sox is in position. Quick shot.
He's able to start things up, trying to split mid one off the side. Seb jumping over. He's looking for the connection onto Biver. He'll find it. Now let's strike straight down, and Biver's out of the fight.
It's all around this Roche area too that they both really want to control. Opposite sentries being placed down, and OG starting it with Butterfly on the gyrocopter. He can just stand there and tank it. He'll be fully sustained. Got a sentry on the high ground too. And yeah, Sox is going to keep scouting that with these illusions to give information of when they are trying to come in. So let's see what angle of approach Tundra does look to take. As I mean, the Roche is dying.
And it's not struggling to get in at all. OG just even want to do it for himself. Actually, mid one stepping out. Look at it, was 33. 33 pots. The BKB tries to get away, but this Butterfly is some heavy hits here from mid one. At the same time, Skeeter's been able to find the backlines. Jumps in, commits fully onto Thompson, who takes out the sniper. Down for a minute. Now he moves over towards mid one in rage pop, but he's been silenced. They're trying their best to kind him by the back up to lock mid one down. Allow Skeeter to finish the kill. The song comes out from Saxon, but not before they've lost 2 cores. Saxa trying to turn with a hammer onto the 2 of them, but OG, they're just on a retreat. They have to get out. Saxa's not going to be able to escape. The bashes are there. They get the kill, and OG, they didn't finish Roche. So now Skeeter's able to step in. Tundra's going to get this for themselves.
And the angle of approach did not work for them. They tried to actually... OG's actually the one who chased out trying to get 33. Almost kill him immediately, but it actually put Thompson. They found out where he was because of that, and Skeeter can just fully commit onto him from on top.
Yeah, but the concussive grenade, just as you said, you know, isn't going to do anything when he's in with the BKB. So he's going to have very little ways to be saved, as there's only so much his team can do. When that BKB is up as well from the Ursa, Saxo can't do anything with the Song. So most of these fights, if they get vision of Thompson and Skeeter's able to make the jump, they will get the kill.
They got to, I mean, I'm trying to think how they actually protect Thompson a little bit. It's really only, No-Tail's literally the only one who can right now with the Force Staff. It's going to be problematic. It's going to have to be that, or they literally just have to have, I mean, Sox is Aghanims, but that takes a long time to be able to ensnare through the BKBs. They have to just be playing more aware of the positioning, I guess, just in a way, because Seb and, in particular, mid one peeled them away into a weird spot. So I think they just have to be playing more as a unit.
I mean, I guess IMC could by himself. He could just. Like, do you think a Ghost Scepter would make much difference if he does just pick that up on Thompson? I guess, you know, buy him time to you know, if he's not getting hit then by the Ursa, maybe he has, obviously he's gonna need the Ghost Scepter and the Blink, but you know, then he's gonna have some sort of chance of escaping.
I could definitely see an argument for it. Yeah, I mean, versus the Ursa, it always is gonna be nice. Just not very great versus anyone else.
Yeah, true. Just be benefited by it. I mean, it's a hard game, and for a sniper, that's not surprising, right? Because it's a sniper. You know, this hero is, it has its vulnerabilities when it's playing against these gap closers.
I just want to see him shoot the grenade. Okay, there we go. I got the same shoot. He used it in the base as I said it. I haven't seen it yet, so it's kind of cool. Oh, and he also has the Quicksilver amulet. Okay, that makes sense. So he used it to actually go faster. Getting close to Abyssal on the Ursa. I mean, Skeeter is still off to a great, a great game. Like, yeah, 5-0-4. He's really just the cement for this team at the moment.
No, he's playing it perfectly. This carry Ursa. You see that on the farm. I mean, I said for the most part, Mid-One's done an excellent job of keeping up with the farmer Skeeter, but at this stage, Skeeter is just such a potent hero. He jumps, commits on Mid-One or tops him with this Abyssal, and they're gonna struggle. It's for sure. Mid-One has got the evasion of the butterfly, but Thompson for sure. He is so vulnerable to the Abyssal Blade Ursa.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is too is like Skeeter has done an excellent job of just this game of just himself. And the target priority he's doing. He's always getting the right target, while Mid-One is being super reckless this game, right? 6 deaths. He's had 4 deaths before the 15-minute mark. So Skeeter definitely the MVP for me right now. He's been controlling, and he's got Abyssal. So he's got a really big power spike. He can even, if they see Seb even out of position now, like anybody on the side of OG can just die.
He kills anyone
from this Ursa.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, especially with any sort of backup.
Yeah, and they're swinging bottom. They have this ward down here for one more second, which sees No-Tail and Mid-One backing away.
These guys are looking pretty dead here. The hook shot in from Viper.
Fox is TPing already.
He's trying to get out. Now he's got the setup. If they open it onto Mid-One, and with that Abyssal, there's no escape. There's no help for Mid-One. Saxor as well tried to come to do something, but he cannot do so as Tundra. As long as they play around this Ursa, it's going to be very difficult for OG to deal with in these positions where OG is not ready as 5 members. You know, anytime they're split up at all, Tundra's lineup's going to kill them every time and very likely lose no one in return.
Just such a fast collapse. I mean, and you're already queuing up the next item because we said that butterfly from Gyro. They do I think there was a rocket to scout behind too to see Soxa coming in, who was actually stopped canceling his sleep, didn't find the opportunity. It's been Tundra now these last few moments, just really heads up plays and movements. Fada kind of leading the charge, leading the dictation of where they're going to be going. He's also getting significant farm. He's got a Hex queued up too, and they're really starting to pull ahead right now from OG. OG not getting their combos together, not being close together enough after that whole Roche situation. And I think you said, so Blink is done. Now he tops and queues up the E-Blink.
Yeah, I mean, so it's the only thing that might help him a little bit, right? You know, he knows that Skeeter is the big problem. He needs this.
They're ready for this fight again down bottom. All of OG's coming. They just saw Seb jump to the right side. They're actually recalling everybody to Fada. Now going to recall his Void Spirit. All of OG at the ready this time.
Trying to go in on Skeeter. It's a hard target. 9 trying to draw them off to the side. OG kind of split with sort of who they want to chase.
Nice disengage by Tundra.
Yeah, they know exactly what OG's looking for here, and they're not giving it to him. Staying completely away. Managing to have a good read of sort of OG's attempts to get some sort of action. Comes to finding them alone, but Tundra just keeping a step ahead. They'll likely concede this tier 2. They're going to try and hold
They're going to
it.
smoke again.
Or maybe.
9 just finished a BKB. I think that's why they were giving a little more respect. He was 100 gold off. And yeah, they're going to TP fight into here.
Yeah, if OG stick around to try and finish the tower, they might get a chance for a good catch onto them. 9's going to start poking in towards No-Tail. Pots the BKB jumping over towards Daxter. They've taken out Seb. Taxter's going to go down as well. OG's got retreat. They're trying to run, but 9's got this continued control onto Midbon. Midbon's going to try and turn towards Skeeter, but Skeeter is in with the bashes on top of Midbon. Midbon tries to turn and fight back, but he cannot deal with the Ursa in his face. 9 continues to toy with Thompson on the back, buying time for the rest of them to continue to chase him down. Will manage to blink up to the side. He's going for the TP out, but he has to cancel it and move to the side. So Remnant was out. Thompson will also fall, as OG just cannot get anything done right now. They stick around. They got the tower, but that was all the part of the plan for Tundra, as they come in with that sweep round from the high ground, and they win another solid team fight. They're now at 9k, and maybe OG's sort of crazy draft here has come to a bit of an end, as it doesn't seem to be working to the same extent that Tundra's lineup is right now. As their Ursa Skeeter, he's just unstoppable. They cannot deal with him.
No, he's an absolute beast. And now he's actually switched. He had the MKB queued up, and he just goes, whatever, I've won SNY. Who cares? Wants some status resist to be able to play around and all.
Yeah.
More movement speed, too. I mean, he's eating heroes anyway. I saw the Monkey King, Seb, in that last fight. Got abyssal. 6 hits from Overpower. Another Overpower comes up, 6 hits, dead. And that's how the fight kicks off.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Sure, there's a butterfly on Mid-1, but as you saw there, they don't really care too much about Mid-1 yet. The butterfly isn't scary enough on its own, and especially this stage where he still hasn't quite got the BKB. Yeah, they're killing him regardless if the Ursas are missing a few hits. So
and
as long as Skeeter can stay alive, they're going to be in a pretty good position to win every fight they're in.
Yeah, absolutely. Now they even have, they've been winning all these fights, and now they even have a Will-O-Wisp on top too. So Fada, he actually switches from the Hex, he goes for this side, the Aghanims instead. This will be a great way. I mean, they actually catch Seb off guard too. If he drops a Will-O-Wisp near trees, throws him off the trees, cuts him down. A lot of different things that they can do now in these fights. Saying quite some time ago that it was looking tough for Tundra, but Tundra has completely turned it around after that whole Roche situation. Full control, firm grasp.
9. He's going to try and set things up onto Seb. BKB's out. Seb going to have a bit of annoyance there from these Viper strikes across 33. The Aghanims, I mean, it's going to be all over the place. 10-second cooldown, basically a 50% uptime on the Viper strike that he can just continue to throw down onto any of the cores and make it very hard for them to stay on any target.
Sox is trying to space make however he can with these illusions, getting a Meteor Hammer up top. Decent damage on the tower. We'll put it into deny range, and they should be able to get it. They will, Fada will. Trying to think when the fights for OG get a little bit easier. I mean, they do have the Ghost Scepter on Topson, and they have a BKB now on mid-1, which will give them some type of protection, but there's so much overwhelming damage from the Ursa, and he's getting on top of these heroes every time. It's hard. And now he's got the Overpower talent too, so he's got 9 hits instead of the 6. Let's see mid-1. He's walking directly up the hill into them.
You can see, OG, as soon as whether they're around, OG, they're no longer quite as aggressive as they've been trying to play.
Oops, jumps into the Remnant.
They're still a little scared about going here as well, though, Tundra. They want to wait for more information. See if OG really are trying to go for a fight here.
They have a feeling that Seb's still doing this. Monkey business in the trees. He's constantly scouting with Remnants and Rockets. Yeah, they still know. As soon as he jumps out now, yeah, they're still scouting. Neutral items being picked up. This will be a nice one for Topson to not show his face and just hide in the back line. That's a ninja gear.
No, this actually can make all the difference, because even if they do try and go for these blinks upon him, you know, chances that ninja gear, they won't know exactly where he is, and he's able to get the blink away before Skeeter's able to get the first hit on him if Topson's quick.
Yeah, he's keeping it too. Like, he had the option now to get a flicker, and he's keeping it. Now there's an illusion escape. This could be tempting for him to at least be switching in and out. Are they going to be up to these big fights if OG is able to somehow get them back here? Yeah, Tundra just controlling this game for the last...
Skeeter.
Yeah, 10+ minutes. Skeeter.
He's gonna run into mid-bomb. Mid-bomb trying to chase. Who's got with him? Yeah, the entirety of OG same to be said for Tundra. And both teams just making sure that they're never really too far away from one each other right now. They know that the opposite side is always wanting to look to go for a 5-on-5, and especially around this sort of timing. Roshan's back up.
Skeeter can do some big stuff here too. He also has his own ninja gear. It's going to be back up in about 15 seconds if he'd like to go for some type of wraparound plays. Look for the sniper in those weird positions. I mean, he has the potential.
OG's trying to catch them from behind here. At the same time, Tundra, they're smoked up on the high ground. So who's going to make the jump first? As there's the boundless down, they've found themselves the Ursa. Skeeter will put the BKB-9 jumping in straight away over what's stacks. Over they go towards No-Tail. The BKB's out from mid, but they've got the control. The hook shot comes straight in. Buying time for Skeeter to just punch into the gyro, take mid one out. There'll be a buyback from No-Tail, but I don't think it's going to be able to do anything to save Topson and Seb here as Topson jumps upon again by 9. Topson is trying to hold his ground. He pops the ghost up to giving him some chance to run, but Skeeter's in with the Abyssal. The ghost form comes to an end as Topson falls. 4 dead on OG. As again, it just seems too hard for OG to fight right now. Tundra just too far ahead, and Skeeter just absolutely uncontrollable.
Again, just they get the wraparound, they kill the 2 support before the fight even starts. The 3v5 as soon as it kicks off, they find Soxon. It's just looking hard for OG to really kick any fight off. They don't want to start with just an initial sleep of him running in, since he has the ag. Because of the way it all goes down, he wants people to get it after these BKBs wore off. And they just find him immediately, so they can't actually look to reset at all, and it's just an awkward place for OG. And we're seeing Rapiers getting queued up. I think they're also feeling these last few moments have just been entirely favored.
The graph's just been on the up and up. But it's just a question of, you know, do OG have some sort of major strengths holding the high ground? I mean, they do have a sniper, but you know, Topson's build is just really taken a hit. It's slowed down completely, really, in the second half of this game with the way that these fights have been going, and it's at a point that even on the high ground, I don't think Tundra's going to be too fearful about just jumping past tier 3s and finding a way to get on top of him. They're ready to fight him under tier 4s with how big some of their heroes are.
Yeah, definitely don't want to make too many overzealous moves though, jumping into that high ground. Wait till OG looks to make a mistake. That's a place, that's probably the only place where OG can come back. It doesn't look like there's a single chance for them to win fights outside with the way that Tundra's been approaching, so don't lose to yourself now, pretty much going on that high ground. They have such a good commanding lead, and yeah, still continuing to control the map very nicely. Swinging the way toward top, no hesitation after they get the lanes pushed out.
Do see, of course, the kill at the top. The number has aligned. Really, could this be a game where a turnaround occurs? It seems hard to find it right now with the way that Tundra's playing and how far ahead they are. Very hard to sort of see a way it turns around at this stage.
Yeah, and Skeeter's got about to have 8,000 gold in the bank.
He's just saving up. And level 27 as well. Absolutely top tier. Nice performance this game from him. Oh gee, they're going to have to head back soon. Do something about this defense. They do manage to get at least the bottom lane and the mid lane all the way pushed over, so it will just have to be this top wave to deal with.
Thompson's got an arcane, and he is a sniper, so he's gonna start getting this big defense. 33. They're actually gonna be able to maybe check Alfred, but the recall's
risky.
risky.
Everyone's trying to go in on this. The Will-O-Wisp is down. Midborn pops the BKB, but Skeeter's in with the Abyssal. They'll try and knock him back with a concussive grenade, but he's able to get straight back in onto Midborn. Saxa will come in with the save. Pops the song, allows Midborn to retreat. Can they do anything aggressive with this, though? Saxa tries to lay down the Meteor Hammer, but Skeeter's already out with the Earth Shot. But they do save Midborn.
This is crazy too. Now that Will-O-Wisp is not an ultimate technically, I'm watching Fada just refresh its timer. He just is chakra magicking himself. It's almost back up now.
Oh, that's true, actually.
Yeah,
and as you say,
look,
sure,
he's gonna do it again.
It's
Look,
a little harder to get, but once you get it, it's better than ever.
Yep.
Mid-9. Oh, he's in with the Dissimulate stun. He gets the setup on a 2, and there's the Will-O-Wisp. He's already back up. Ready for another round. Skeeter's in, trying to come in on a Midborn. Midborn's out to the side. He tries to keep himself safe with the Ghost Center, but the blast comes in, finishes him off. Midborn's down for 90. He's a massive course command from Seb. Will allow him to take down Skeeter the once. Can they do it second time? Remnant being in position. Skeeter getting forced out to the side. He's able to get out of the ult. He'll be okay for now. A turn with the pipe strike onto No-Tail. He's ready to go in for another round in 9. Jumps in with the Dissimulate. No-Tail's dead. Stun out onto Seb. Seb's out for the count for 100 seconds. None of the heroes with buyback available. As Tundra, they're ready to go for the objectives, ready to go for the game end. They know that these heroes are unable to buy back into this, or at least unlikely to do so with their recent item pickups. As it's left to Saxa and Thompson to try and hold this off, but they can't. Skeeter's in onto Saxa. And they're ending the game here. A tier 4s are falling. 9. Over he goes. He does die. Thompson has got a buyback. Saxa trying to slow this down with the song, but the Ancient, it's already at half HP. They're able to finish it off, no trouble, as game 2 goes to Tundra. And OG, it was a wild draft. It was a wild ride, but one that I think they wanted to get off there for the last 20 minutes, as it did go rather downhill for them. The sniper completely countered by the way that Tundra were able to play.